Well, well, well. If it isn't Mama Luigi. Oh boy, I'm doing little clicky clacks on my keyboard. Don't mind the little clicky clacks. I'm just doing prep work for games. Prep work for games. Game prep work. Oh, he's supposed to go here. So yeah. Yeah! So yeah, we got ourselves another glorious chapter to work through, don't we? As I've had a little time to cool down about how I feel about this particular thingamaboober, I do find myself wondering about the point. Like, why is this a thing that's happened twice, is my question. We've had two of these where they've both been translations where I feel like the essence of time and space is lost, and I wonder if it's a cultural thing or if it's just you know, get out of here. No, go away. Stupid things. If it's a cultural thing or not, because it could be that. It could be that it's a linguistical thing. That if you speak Spanish, these are concepts you just forget about. Because, you know, the way your language is shaped shapes how you think and how you feel. People don't like to talk about that, but you are a victim of your circumstances. Man, I love that Call of Cthulhu has characters, and it's like, listen, he's gonna have a heart attack if he fails his central. Someone has to bail him out of a bite if that happens. Great, that's all you need. No! God, go away! Please. Olivia half-folded. Why? It's not fall, it's autumn! You might be like, no, Safi, that's the same season. Ooh, I'm gonna waggle my finger right at you, buddy. I will not be having that in my house. Okay, and now we're good to go. Now we're good to go. How tall is he, though? It's Mr. Sleep. Oh, damn, he has 75. He has pretty tall guy, I guess. Alright, I'm ready to go. Let's see. October 6th to 7th. That's an odd time space. Actually, let me do something. Because I do like to pull up the old one and see how dissimilar they are. Fallout takes place during fall absolute cinema. It's also called Fallen Down. Like, which one is it? Is it Falling Down or Fallen Down? I don't know. Yeah, like, the formatting is completely different than the other one. 11 de la mañana. No, 11 hora de la mañana. Oteño. Oh, this is interesting. Translating it into English with Google Translate goes for the website, I realized that the translation is horrible. Oh, wait. So let me point this out to you. Why does the Espanol version mention English translation issues? Isn't that something you want to put in, like, your English translation? Okay, hold up. I'm going to pull out my translation device. And we're going to see if anything here is relevant. I don't think this is going to be. Note, the Spanish fic doesn't undergo as many revisions as its English counterpart. The woman made spelling mistakes, but if you were without accents, I would encourage you to point out any series or the comments can correct them. Again, kind of a weird mark for like this. I don't know. Was this originally Espanol or not? Anyway, chapter 2 has a translator's note in the Espanol version. Translating it to English with Google Translator from the website, I realized that the translation is horrible. I repeat words like estaba. What is estaba? And why would you repeat it a lot? Was. I was. Which can also be used when speaking to oneself or another person. Él estaba, he was. And yo estaba, I was. But I just cut the word yo I and translated it was silent. And when it should be I was silent. Estaban es silencio. Yeah, that's kind of a fucking problem when your language has the default of just throwing pronouns out the window. So sorry, non-Spanish speakers about this. I have enough time to translate it to English. I don't know what to tell you, man. This is why I waggle my finger at the Chinese. All their third-person pronouns are the same. Chapter 3 is apparently still... Oh, man. No, that's 11 October. Is it? 6 días el incidente. Really? Oh, yeah, it is 5th, so we'll see about that. Alright, now I'm ready to go. But yeah, apparently, there are some weird, goofy-ass translation things. Is that why this one is under maintenance? Can I remember those little notes? Yeah, like current under maintenance to improve translation. So, as far as we know, we might not, in fact, be dealing with the real version. When we're dealing with a lie. I remember those little notes. This is the lie version, the fake one. What is the latency is a bit high. Alright, whatever. Alright! I'm gonna not be immediate goofball about this. Let's give it a fair chance. Maybe the first chapter was just a little wonky. A lot of these tend to find their footing in the second chapter. So, waggle my finger, it might be fine. I wish I was dreaming. I wish I could wake up in his lap, cry, and hug him until I squeezed him tight. What? Why do you have to hug him until you're squeezing him tight? That's not how that works. That's not a logical through line. Apologizing for everything I had ever done wrong. But if this was a dream, then it was the longest dream I've ever endured. Man, Morpheus, you're really cranking it out today. The last few days have been hard. Truly hard, but compared to this... What do you mean the last few days? It's the next day. Why are you... This man suffered a tragic accident, and you're like, oh, the last few days have been hard. But compared to... It's just... I feel like you should say something like the last few months, you know? Because the last few days implies that your relationship was honky-fucking-dory until, like, 48 hours ago. Which is not how this has been going. I was crying, but after hours of doing so, I would inevitably fall asleep. Man, Inko, I'm sick and tired of worrying about you. Dreaming of being with him. Of a world where nothing can happen. Isn't, like, half the point of ending 2 that Olivia's taking him for granted? And, like... But the injury made her aware of it. I don't feel like that's how that would work for someone who's as deep in the hole as she is. That's half the point of her character. Is that she is uncontrolled. No argument that shattered our peace, and we just go out on a walk like we used to. It's implied that ending 2 is like you never actually had all that much peace. However, reality would cruelly jolt me awake, forcing me to confront the harsh truth. Our reality was breaking down. So reality is jolting you awake because it's breaking down. I feel like you could reframe that to make it work better. I found myself blaming him over and over again, convincing him it's all my fault, but admittedly it was. That's the whole reason we've got ending 2, is because it's his fault. Inko sucks. Inko, why didn't you get any Inko points? Inko would have killed you to have some character progression. I began to feel the heat of the hot chocolate. It was slowly turning unbearable. I thought the whole point of dinosaurs is that they are, like, practically fireproof. Well, Randy gently shook me from my grasp in front of me. Olivia. God dang it, Olivia. That's the 5th cup of coffee. This isn't chocolate. Why do you keep calling it that? Randy said in a whisper. Randy's not the kind of person to whisper. He might be soft-spoken, but he won't whisper. God dang it, Bobby. I'm not like a whisper's like this, but being soft-spoken's more quiet-like, you know? As Everett Sorrows looked at me, his eyes brimming with an enormous sadness. I think something is brimming implies enormity. I kind of want to pull out the Espanol version to see how much I can actually understand of it. Fuck it, let's do it. Let us amuse ourselves. We're not even that far in anyway. Also, the Espanol version has that problem I often talk about, where it's like, it has the double lines. Maybe it does work better in Spanish, and like the translation is just problematic as a result, which admittedly fair. Especially if you write flowery. Flowery writing tends to be one of the first victims of you know, machine translation. He appreciated Inko even amidst the chaos. I mean, Randy, to an extent, feels like the kind of guy who's similar... You know, Randy is why Damien is. Is the thing a lot of people forget, is that Randy and Damien are kind of on the same level of, let's not worry about it right now. Life hadn't unfolded the way we hoped. You're 21! I can't believe it, Inko. I'm not even done with college and my life's already dead. I can achieve nothing more. People are dead when they're 21, Inko. 21 is the new 40. Do you have any idea? I can't follow any more memes, Inko. What's life worth living for if I can't meme? Refuse more than anything. I just wish this was a dream. Yeah, you started off with that. I hadn't slept at all. What do you mean you haven't slept at all? You just talked about how you kept falling asleep because of how much crying you did. And then you dream. And then you wish you were dreaming. This is... Like, I can't imagine that this, even in Spanish this makes sense, because it feels like you're just trying to have two completely separate arguments. Is Olivia sleepless and incapable of getting any rest? Or is she lost in her own fantasy? It's one of the two. You know, it's because I'm so cool that I can have two different dreams at the same time. Damien had come out of his room yet. He didn't have the strength to help himself. I mean, he kept praying to God, but God kept telling him, I'll help you when you can already help yourself, buddy. I'm very optimistic. So how could he possibly be there for me? It made me sad to see the once energetic... Don't ever say that. Don't ever fucking write your character saying, man, I'm so upset about this. Can you at least give her some incredulity instead? Like, I can't believe Damien, once so energetic and optimistic, is now collapsed into despair. Because then we can imply, she's the one talking. Let her words do the talking. Not like that. Liz stopped by to see him once, but she left shortly afterwards, killing a few words with the pains. I would love it if Liz is like, man, I hate these fuckers. Goddamn. Damien, turns out you suck ass. You're a terrible husband. I'm out. Liz deserves better. Just kiss already. My ideal is the same. To stay every day of my life doing nothing, and I guess the law knocks at the door eventually. I was outside talking to a man. I was listening to the conversation, or did I care? Just lost my swirling thoughts, consumed with the uncertainty. Know how he was doing. Or the police officer's footsteps echo through the door, their presence commanding attention as they spoke to Randy. You must read a pay. My name is Eric Marquez. And my partner... Oh my god. I love how Eric Marquez, you know, that's a somewhat normal ass name. His friend, Brandon Scott. How are you doing? I am Brandon Scott, known American. Well, how I like to call myself good old-fashioned Brandon Scott, like a good old American name, as God gave me. We're folk out there at Bluffs Police Department. We're here to ask a few questions. We're actually not going to ask you any questions, since Randy, you didn't see shit. Like, you're not even relevant to this conversation. Also, she's like 20 years old. Olivia should be able to handle this conversation on their own. My gaze lifted slowly from the two officers, their uniforms stark against the dim light of the room. One, speaking was human, though this one had a head full of hair setting apart from the rest. I like the implication that, like, humans are generally speaking bald. Brandon Scott said, listen. I'm pulling it up. We're pulling it the fuck up, okay? Sleeve McDykel. Bobson Dugnut. Oh no. How could I forget? Todd Gonzalez. Love Todd Gonzalez. God damn it. Scott Dorkey. Willie Dustus. Raul Chamberlain. Mixon. I can't believe it's all Mixon's fault. Oh, fuck. And my partner, Steve McDykel. Once speaking with human, he had a head full of hair. Most humans are bald. The other officer remained silent, his hand resting on his belt. He was ready to just fucking gun me down as he surveyed the room with a keen eye. While his partners took a seat with further requests, he was a dino. Like us. Jesus fucking Christ, can you sound any more racist? He was one of my people, so he should bail me out of a bind. I like how... there can only be one human at a time in this house. The Payne's residence can only accommodate one human at a time, sorry. Orin been wearing a perpetually bad-tempered expression. He's got resting bitch face, just say it. Clearing his throat to capture my attention, the human policeman made a gesture towards me. And you must be Wait. And you must be Olivia. Well, no, I gotta make it sound as American as possible. And you must be Olivia. No, that's not it. And welcome. You must be Olivia. Yeah. Halford. Olivia Halford, how are you? His tone was neutral, but I could sense the underlying tension. He was ready to gun me the fuck down like a common thug. The dino was just the same, because he's like, man, I'm a cop now, so unfortunately I've become racist. That's how the system works. The bad apples spoil the bunch, as they say. What the hell are you talking about? I'm the only human on the team. You can't win with these humans, man. They're all racist. I've been on this team for like a month. Oh. My gaze remained indifferent. I avoided his eyes. I appeared my defenses with an unwavering stare. How could you know he has an unwavering stare if you're not looking at his eyes? I just want to know. Like, shit. Turns out, having my husband die in front of me kind of tempers the mood a little. My voice barely above a whisper. Fuck off! I hate that line! God damn. It's not as supposed to look at of my pain. I shouted and static at the weight we both carried. Anyway, you killed your husband. We need to talk about it. He turned his gaze to my fingers, was covered about his straps. I like how, up until this point, we're not 100% sure if Inko's alive or what his condition is, so hey, we kind of get to play with some ambiguity. A better writer would really extrapolate that, but hey, this guy, glad if he manages to write a decent sentence. Miss Halvard, how are you physically? According to the wizard, you almost fell down the stairs with your, With your echem? You mean the Besham? Oh yeah, baby, it's time for Omicron! I mean, it's possible that her claws got, like, stuck on the skin and you know. Stowe was clinical detached. I grabbed his pencil, poised to take notes the moment I started speaking. What had happened? I chased after him. I didn't fall, but I scraped my legs against the stairs and that slippery slope. I don't know why they made it out of razor blades, but hey. My hands had become ensnared in the tether lenses. It's not really... Like, what the fuck did you do to this man's glasses that your nails are fucked up? You have claws! They were for the most part responsible for my current state. So, Inko's glasses. Like, I would like to point out... Okay, hold up. In writing, this is what we like to call metaphor, or motif, or whatever the fuck you want to talk about this day of the week. You are describing character relations through the actions of objects. Her cutting herself on Inko's glasses. His glasses are an accessibility aid, right? If it was his camera glass lens, then it's sort of like she cannot touch his hobby. She's ruining it for him. She is poison to it, and it is poison to her. They don't respect each other. But his glasses is weird because he apparently just walked around without them and doesn't seem to need them, despite them being prescription glasses. Like, they are an accessibility aid in both prescription strength and the capacity to see in bright environments. Like, they allow him to tolerate an overwhelming world that he does not align with. He's out of focus, right? So being unable to touch it implies that she can't connect to his worldview. But, like, fair. But are you aware of that? And why her nails? Wouldn't it be better if she cut her hands? Like, she's an artist. She uses her hands to draw. Wouldn't it make more sense if this effort, like this, after everything is broken down, she tries to grab the lenses and it cuts her hands? Like, at this moment when she's actually trying, it's too late and all she's doing is making things worse. I don't know. I feel like if you want to be clever, you could do something with that. And then some smarmy asshole can later analyze it and go, oh, it's so smart! It makes me poop my pants. No. Seriously, how the fuck did you mess up your nails? Why is everyone in this universe incapable of holding onto glass? You can pick up glass without cutting yourself. It's not hard. I had such simply irritation bubbling beneath the surface. I continued to jot notes. Why are you so angry? He's just trying to make sure that you're not injured. I inflicted injury myself last night. I broke my nails by hitting them. What? Oh, now we're dealing with self-harm? Yeah, we're escalating. There's a little I can do to stop it. I like how we're over-describing everything. Just fucking move on with the scene, man. Will I go to jail? Why do you say that? I spoke aloud that second. Because every fucking goddamn asshole who writes for Snuke Morwani just can't help themselves. And everyone says shit out loud. Like, Olivia does not have this at all. And Inko doesn't either. There's a reason they did it with Anon extensively and then just kind of got rid of it. Like, the point with Anon is partially that it is supposed to be a reflection of the fact that he's being a little fucking weirdo. That he's commenting on everything in his life and being all judgmental about it. But he's also voicing it. Like an internet person who thinks he's like, I'm so subtle, no one on the internet can hear me talk. But it's like, yeah, you're just one mistake away from everyone realizing what you've said about them in private. That's the joke! But they wrote anything down. I like how he understood your unspoken fear, which, by the way, you just admitted to speaking out loud, which he heard and responded to. It's not an unspoken fear. Miss Halford, I don't want to push you too hard. We just want to put you in jail for the rest of your life. Without any proof that this happened. And I think was you being the cause of all this. I mean, admittedly, shouldn't Damien already have admitted to the fact that he cut her open? Also, it's the next day. You're really on top of this, huh? Shouldn't they have shown up earlier, though? Shouldn't they have taken statements that evening? Why did they wait a whole day? Also, can I just point something out? It's 6th of October. It's the next day. Where is it? The last few days have been hard. Okay, that's separate. Seffi, wrong statement. Stay every day of my life, but I guess the law knocks on the door eventually. So, this gives off the impression to the reader that she's been here a while just waiting. It's not even been a day. What time is it? It's the question forever on our minds. Anyway, will she go to jail? I hope she does. And we can get None in the Chamber reloaded, reprimed, recalibrated. I would wish too hard, but it was. Everything points to you being the cause of all this. I mean, yeah. Like, every witness can attest to the fact that you cut up your husband. And also, like, kind of agitated things by being all subversive and coy and kind of loud. I'm pretty sure that anyone at the gallery would be like, yeah, she's that loud bitch who just screams about everything. I don't think she has a good public reputation. Also, why are you calling him Incognito? If you're addressing someone as an officer, you'd either use his full name, or you would just say Incognito. Why does he use the abbreviated middle name? Also, it'd be super fucking funny if it is just G, as in G-E-E. Just ignore it. One of them deleted time with their stand, King Crimson. I can't believe Olivia spent 12 months in her own home, and it's only tomorrow. Part as far as I say, it's domestic violence. Olivia, have you beaten up Ingo before? You have to tell me, I'm a cop. He wouldn't hurt it. He wouldn't hurt anyway. He's a good soul. I mean, I beat him up a couple of times, but, you know, women can't abuse their spouses, I've been told. Hold up. I got a bonk of bingus McDingus. I do appreciate that. It's immediately like, hey, has your husband hit you? Even though she's the one who fucked him up. Wouldn't it make way more sense if, like, you just asked, have there been other like, shouldn't he be like, have there been other instances of domestic violence? Instead of immediately framing Inko as, like, the perpetrator? Buzzman heater. Yes. That is the good ending. It's the Buzzman heater. But, I really do like, because this is the kind of shit that people talk about. It's subtle, but it's there. But you attacked him. Why happened? Well, it's because I used my claws to rake across his face. Listen, I understand how violence works, but why did you hurt him? Well, I mean, he's bleeding, so that probably hurts. I'm not asking about how violence works. I'm asking you why. One more thing. I gulped and let out a thoughtful gasp as I clenched my teeth tightly, looking down my already hot cold cup of chocolate. Jesus Christ, you're just siphoning heat. Yeah, I attacked him while sticking. I just wanted him to shut up. And you attacked it with your claws. You know, can I put my little beans down? Good beans. It's a good beans moment. This is a mirror of ending 1. In ending 1, let me try to rephrase this. It's an interesting parallel. I don't think the author is necessarily aware of it, but fuck it. Points if they are. In ending 1, Inko tries to hug Olivia, and Olivia pushes herself away and gets blown down the stairs. But here, Olivia attacks Inko, and is kind of the reason he falls backwards and falls. It's an interesting parallel. In both cases, someone goes down the stairs, and in both cases, Olivia is kind of the person putting the energy in for the fall to happen, shall we say. In one, it's a gesture of kindness, even if it's by a cold sociopathic asshole, and in the other, it's openly hostile. It's interesting. This is the kind of stuff that your English teacher's going to give you points for in your essay. You attacked him with your claws. I remembered every dialogue, every insult, every Miss Halford. No, there's only one of me. My mom's dead. Why do you think he'll get scarred all over? Bald Geralt. Yeah, baby. Get pumped, idiot. And then he fell. According to his thought, the stairs were in a bad state. I mean, he attacked what's called the fall backwards down the stairs. You mean the fact that this man bled like... You don't know that you can miss like 2 liters of blood, half a gallon, before it starts being like, oh, you're probably dead. Right? This man has been spraying blood all the way down the stairs. How did this happen? Where did the blood come from, Olivia? Why was he carrying your squib collection? I tried to catch him. Everything was happening too fast. Like Inko, I was cringing at how cringy he was being. I regretted it as soon as I threw the punch. It's not really a punch if you claw a man's face open. And in a second, he was already falling down the stairs. Oh, God. Have you ever attacked Miss Anita? I mean, yeah. That, like, you mean an other instance. Has there been other instances of physical assault? Actually, technically, it's battery. I think assault is just the threat of violence. And battery is when you actually beat a man up. Now, is he dead? How? I mean, it's been like a day. It's worth pointing out, this is like the next morning, so I guess they wouldn't really know. The policeman remained silent, taking notes. He's already like, yeah, she's one of them, you know, T words. Sorry, I'm a human, I can't say it. But, you're one of those, so we're gonna put you in jail regardless. Why? Well, it's just funny. Makes for good headlines. Are you sure that Mr. Neal is not anything? Are you sure that this was a one-sided confrontation? Listen, the judge won't believe it if it's a one-sided confrontation from the woman. I'm sorry, the only judge in the area is like a real sexist bastard, and he's just gonna say it's Inko anyways. You might as well just make it happen. He did the Baki, started cardling spring blood everywhere like a Tarantino movie. Fucking hell. I'm sure. We've been arguing a lot lately, but it's never come to blows. Also, have you seen Inko? Do you think he could land a punch on anyone? The cop looked me straight in the eye. You know, the reason they call ending one Inko Oneko is because he's got one eye. Got me staring in the eyes, brown irises locking on the mind as if searching for the truth. Got myself staring right back. Intensity of his gaze said I get chilled down my spine. He cleared his throat to glance at his partner. Crosser got a full eye in his notepad. Fuck! This would be so much easier if we could pin it on the dead guy. Why such insistence? Oh, I remember why. It's not because of sexism. It's because he attacked Oliver. I completely forgot. He attacked that character that didn't exist until now. Why couldn't he just attack Damien? And Damien is like, I've had enough. I'm going to make this personal. Like, I feel like you could do this so much better by having someone... Have Ben show up. Like, you could have Ben show up. That, one, shows how desperate Olivia is, and B, it's like, you know, Ben wouldn't be this nice about it, because Ben's probably already sick and tired of Inko. I feel like there's better ways to handle this. Maybe you could have it be Randy, and Randy's sick and tired of it. Like, you're allowed to do that. To kind of... You're already making things sound kind of E1-ish in terms of, like, everything sucks ass, but hey. Well, at least Anon's parents aren't dead in this universe, so that's okay. The policeman fell silent. We see your medical history. You've been taking beta blockers. What's the cause of the stress? I don't know what beta blockers are, actually. I've heard of them, but... One moment. I need to know. Receptor side of the... Jesus Christ. My man. I don't know what that means. Beta andrenic receptor antagonists. They're the bad guys? Manage abnormal heart rhythms and protect the heart from a second heart attack after first or secondary prevention. They've also widely used to treat high blood pressure, though they're no longer first choice because from some people. And like the treatment of anxiety. So she might be stressed, I guess. Stress, the job. I like how you just admitted to having arguments with your husband, but you're like, no, we're just a job. You're fooling no one, man. I wanted to ask if he was okay. How would this cop know? Why would he know? He's probably here because he's been sent out, like, in the morning as, like, a first-thing investigation. And it's like they don't even know that about Inko yet. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't know, right? They're really, like... Inko's parents are probably difficult to get to, and the paintings aren't exactly known like that, so yeah, they probably couldn't get access to him. Oh, and as a kid, what his condition was, if he was conscious. Damien told me that he woke up in the ambulance for a few... I like how Damien's in the ambulance with him. Is anything beyond that? I felt pitiful, guilty. I like how... So Damien went with the ambulance, delivered him, and then came back and locked himself in his room? He didn't stay with him? I was only in this situation, not him. No, Olivia, that's ending 1. That's the wrong ending. The way they get done of it for me over the years, man, I suck. Olivia. Randy waved me back to reality. I like how the cop is like, hey, Randy, can you solve this problem for me? Wasn't I right before the fall? There was a fight before the fall. Who was involved in what happened? Yeah, it was a fight. Inko hit a friend. Oliver. Yeah, Oliver. Inko hit him. But also my brother, although he didn't care. Oliver O'Donnell. Fucking Wolf O'Donnell? I don't want Star Wolf in here. Actually, I do. Let's bring him in. His testimony says that there were repeated blows caused fracture to the skull. It was until you intervened that the assault stopped. I stood paralyzed out of river. There's a blow that knocks him to the ground. Was it? Inko was just going absolute ham on this man. He was going, standing here, and just hammering on that head. Whew. Man, I have to admit, this is exhausting. But you know, pick up the pace. Okay, recording's set to off for a minute. Ugh. What was that? Alright, let's move on. Anyway, Oliver O'Donnell has filed charges against Inko Giannito for assault, and his testimony said there were repeated blows, fractures to his skull. Not to intervene that it ended. Which is impressive considering Inko threw one punch. He's a one-punch man. Inko G. Wimp knocks a man out in one go. Nope, sorry, it was just one blow, my brother. I like how we're just going with this. We're just going straight to it. You never received a headbutt on the nose. There's no such successful assault as you claimed. I like how Inko got hit, headbutt, clawed, and he fell downstairs. Inko, what the fuck is going on with your life? You're just a corpse. Oh, I made a mistake that night. You shouldn't have to pay for something so stupid. How dare he? I understand already. Well, Oliver's doing this because Inko's loaded, so he's, you know, I might as well sue him. How is he? Although I could give you this condition stable. I can't really give you many details, but I can tell you that he's alive and gonna get sued. If all I get is my failed attempts to stand up. Because your legs don't work, Olivia! Your legs don't work! What do you mean, stand up? Can I just point out that Olivia's, like, wheelchair hasn't been brought up once? It doesn't feel like it's actually been brought up at all. Which is fair in the visual novel because it's, like, always present on the screen, but... Actually, is that a nice thing to do? I guess it's not a nice thing to do anyway. It's just a weird thing to call attention to. I tried to stand up, you know, with the legs that don't work. That doesn't mean us can leave tomorrow. Isn't woke up yet. They could seriously complicate it. It's really hard to sue a dead man. Stop paralyzed. Stop being paralyzed. Take a panacea or something, I don't know. Hee hee. Man, we got a lot of... So Inko's in coma until Inko is in a condition where he keeps assertion of attempts able to take the measures that the law requires. It's kind of hard to arrest a corpse. However, since you pled guilty to what happened, these are the charges against you. So serious is impossible to the manslaughter, domestic violence. The charge I was facing in court. I couldn't deny any of them, nor was I going to. Are these felonies though? Because if they're like civil disputes, I think Inko can just say it's fine and it's gone. And Inko is a little simp, so he'd probably say that. I guess the manslaughter might be like a federal case. You can't just go away by having the victim say, "I'm sorry." Although attempted manslaughter, fair. I mean, it's more the fault of the stairs, if anything. We stayed for a little over an hour. Think about everything that happened. Past experience wrote it all down. I thought we all accrued good cop, bad cop. But instead, there was one cop who was constantly ready to put me full of holes, and another cop who was taking too many notes. He dictated once everything again back. Okay, based on my experience, you will not have to go behind bars since you cooperated. You are guilty as first and facing charge and official. Also, Ben was Manzanito. Presses, charges, restraining orders, community service, probation, and therapy are all most plausible. Oh, great. Oh, hold up. We gotta go to the OG. I don't know where this is coming from. For some reason, it's just entirely italics now. I guess we are now in the italics world. I don't know why. You're free to leave. Let me gesture suggestively towards the big red X. Tell me what is happening. I can't tell you what's happening. I'm afraid it's a bit of a mess. As far as I could tell, a certain little old lady called Olivia attacked her husband and also attacked a person that exists exclusively for the purposes of the story so that someone can get attacked. I'm stuck in my cellar! Well, geez. Well, let me just roll up my chair. We're dealing with ending 2, so Inko and Olivia are not in a good relationship because Olivia is a big windbag and Inko is a big sap. Olivia was planning to leave. She was planning to leave him because he bought duck instead of turkey. Because Inko's stupid and got scammed to buy a guy at a stall. And then when he saw her leave, which was the same day, it was like an hour later, like somehow over the course of like several hours, Olivia's just gone. And while they were packing up outside for some reason, Damien was there and they got into an argument. And eventually Inko hits Oliver. Oliver falls over unconscious, apparently. And then Damien retaliates, and then Olivia eventually gets mad, claws him, he falls down the stairs, and apparently is dead. And now everyone's like, ugh. Man, what a mess. The TLDR is shit's fucked and ass is piss. It's really that simple sometimes. For some reason, we have entered the italics zone because something with the formatting has just crapped the bed. Officer Marquez. What's really weird, like, in the original, it's, there's a little apostrophe thing there for, like, there's hesitation to it, but I guess, you know, if you do direct translation, it's a little hard to know how those things work. A reason to get someone to do the translation for you! Can we go see him? Why are you asking the cop? Can't he just call his parents or something? Doesn't matter against his reports. Only a judge can allow that. I mean, admittedly, you probably wouldn't want the person who has all the reason to strangle him to death to enter his hospital room and strangle him to death. Now there are no victims! Only corpses. It's a great plan. Just kill all the witnesses in a hospital under camera surveillance. It can only go well. It gave me a smile to see practice to make it as real as possible. And then he asked me for a Yelp review. I settled into the sofa as I looked at the floor in silence. Playing low with the benches on my hands. Because everyone in this fix so far just can't stop cutting themselves on glass. You'd think the scales would help. Randy was in the kitchen, cleaning the table backstairs. He stared to a glass of water. That's vodka, Olivia. The man is drinking. Sophia disappeared from my sight. Damien was still in his room and asked for Vinny. Vinny was in front of me, holding up a macaroni thing. I guess I'm supposed to break it or something? Is Zinko sick? Nah, he's down with the sickness. His low voice was hiding behind the corner. Showed that the conversation felt wrong. Oh no, he's like, something happened, right? How old is he? I frowned a little as I wiped away tears that were running down my face. I felt miserable. Oh, she's so sad. I almost killed my husband. How sad. I shook my head as I could. Jesus Christ, Olivia, you're 21. He's a child. Why do you want not? Also, isn't he like? It's been like a few years, so he's probably easily tween or teen at this point. Felt a small hug around my shoulders. The tadpole. Tadpole? You're not amphibious, Olivia. Although I guess they are implied to be a hybrid, and they seem to have some aquatic features, so I guess? But tadpole? Was he born without leggies? Man, that makes his whole, like, paralyzed below the knees thing even weirder. He was still very young. He was already old enough to know that something was wrong. Dude, even if he's like 7 in the main game, he's 10 now. He should kind of be understanding what's going on at this point. Especially with the shit they put on TikTok. Children were too oblivious, though he was no longer a child. I mean, that mostly happened because he does a lot of Roblox gambling. He has $2 million in Roblox gambling debt. It's not a kid anymore. I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest with me. Just tell me if it was because I called him a loser. Randy caught the boy's attention, cleaning his throat. Your old sister's tired and a little grumpy. She killed her husband, so she's just a little grumpy. That's such a terrible word choice. Also, don't ever say a little. Say she's tired and upset. That's all you need. She'll appreciate your affection when she feels better. Okay. I'm going to talk a little. Go out for a while and talk. While they were talking, I stared at my phone and go. I shared my last message. You see where it is? The first calls and messages. And then she sends back, "Are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay?" I don't see this helping, Olivia. I feel like your problems are a little bigger than something a tiny little text can solve. It's... Wait. We're going back in time? We have just traveled back in time. By like 14 hours. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. I'm falling. Time drop. Falling breeds falling. In the end, I realize that falling's just... Ow, my knees! Why is everything going so slow? It's just a fall, Olivia, don't worry. I'm just falling 500 meters down an incredibly sharp set of stairs. My bones! My eyes hurt, my face in general hurts. I feel blood running down my face as I fall. I thought she wouldn't use them. I really thought she wouldn't. Ouch! I broke every bone in my body. Now is the time to say ouch! I would remember some more than that. I feel like I almost hitting the ground. Nothing hurts yet. It's the fall that does you. It's not the fall that does you, it's the landing. Her face makes me sad! Her face is so tired! I know what I said was wrong, but did it have to come to this? Couldn't you at least, like, shoot me with a gun like an adult? I almost ran out of oxygen when my back hit the ground. How the fuck are you breathing mid-tumble? My back hurts. That'll leave a good mark. I'm starting to fall uncontrollably. Everything's going a little faster. But my hands are on my head as I continue to fall. Minutes have passed. Everything's... How long are these stairs? How are you falling for minutes at a time? It stings and my chest beats harder and harder. Gets rid of it. Ouch, in real life. It goes so soft. He feels that if he dies in the game, he dies in real life. That's how soft he is. Ugh. Oof. It hurt, and I felt like I was just starting to might have said, I couldn't see anything. It's because your glasses aren't on your face. Damien, why did you scream my name? That's just gonna make you super suspicious. Oh, you gotta vent. I didn't think you'd care about me again, brother. I know I've had our differences about how you view my relationship with your sister. Why are you putting it between quotation marks? As far as I know and care, Inko is like on board with that. I know you weren't convinced, but you decided to continue. I always wanted to talk about that argument at that barbecue. I understood your point, but I refused to leave Olivia. And you talk about it when it's all over. Bro! When has he ever called Damien bro like that? Ugh. I felt nothing. I'd hit something hard, my penis. And the pain dissipated, oxygen escaping from my mouth, so I began to feel like I was choking on water. That's rain. That's the rain. It's raining, I think. Probably, maybe. Choking on water tastes like iron. Oh no, you're drowning in your own blood. Despite the fact that you were in a pool containing at least a gallon of blood, you somehow have enough blood to feel it in your mouth. Where is the blood pressure coming from? Who knows at this point? My strength was slowly escaping from my body until I simply had no energy left to even think. And somehow you're still thinking! I have no energy to think. Starts thinking anyway. Fucking loser. I was falling now. It felt like a fall, but every so often I felt the pain in my body. I was feeling a lot of things. Inko Hogan. A brother! How are you doing, brother? It was the steps that my body brutally hitting open. My eyes was only deep darkness and buzzing in my ears. Hell was terrible. Hell needs a new set of chairs. When I got it as soon as possible, sharp sensation of pain right through my left arm. I wanted to scream a vocal cords that function because everything just hurts. I can't believe he's dead. I can't believe Inko fucking died. I thought that the policeman said he was stable. And here he is dead. Oh my god. Alright. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Inko just died. Is this being dead? Is this what dead is like? I don't want it. Man, being dead sucks. Am I right, Inko? Give me that. Give me that. Down low. Up high. In the middle. Too slow. Death is so cold and lonely. I want to be. Who do I want to be with? I remember green skills and girls. Iris is lucky. Did he just forget who the fuck Olivia is? Elvira? Olia? Olia? At first, Olivia. Her name was Oliva. Oliva? What is my name? Man, Inko, you hit your heart. It's so sad Inko got isekai into a isekai. Not even that. He got isekai into a hospital. How lame. What a sad man. He doesn't even have enough imagination to go to a fantasy land. Heard a beeping sound. Eric or Jackson. Wow! Man, my parents suck. My chest hurt. Lost chest. Like, wake up, damn it. Ophelia? God, that is a name that starts with O, isn't it? Ophelia, don't drown yourself in a river, you clown. I opened my eyes as best I could and looked above at two familiar faces. One was a doctor, the other was also a doctor. He's got his pulse back. Holy shit, Inko, you've been legally dead for 2 hours. But I had nothing better to do, so I just kept resuscitating you. I'm pretty sure you're, like, actually super mega dead and paralyzed for life. But, you know, I had fun. It's great. It's gonna look great on my record. Don't talk, your lungs are damaged. They're full of blood. In the bad way. And you're in danger. I don't know why. But this is such a stupid line! Don't talk! Your lungs are damaged and you're in danger. If I'm on the floor and someone is hovering over me telling me I'm in danger, I can't move, motherfucker! Get me out of here! Why are you telling me? Stay calm. When I tried to speak, blood came out of my mouth. Oh no, he's full of bloods. Jesus Christ, Inko, where did all this blood come from? It's been 15 gallons. That's more than your entire body volume. What the fuck? Inko, the officer could summon a demon lord to be the manager of the demon army. Well, I'd love that. That sounds great. Especially since Inko sucks at his job. So it's like, I don't know what to do. I just gotta try, I guess. I was in an ambulance. There were 2 doctors and Damien. Why are you a doctor now? Why are you in this room? Get out of here, Damien. Fuck off. Damien held his hand over his mouth as he watched me to stay there. What are you about? I was starting to get nervous and try to move. Give him morphine right now before he loses control. He's going into cruise control. Submarines containers. I can't believe you're in a fucking submarine. Lose control of it. Oh no, he's having seizures. Safi, that actually is a real enemy. Oh my god. You know what? You know what? You know what? That's cheating. You're fired, Senator. That's cheating. You're fired. My arm. I could see the bones in my fingers. Well, I can too, which are just covered in blood and meat. Flesh seemed to be on fire and hand completely soaked in my own blood. What the fuck happened, Inko? You fell downstairs! Why is your arm looking like you got fucking road rash? The realization that even worse happened. Bad, my vision was bad besides blur. That's because you have prescription glasses, you fucking moron! I grabbed the doctor by the arm and let out a full. Oh no, he's turning into a hollow! Started to feel the blood come out of my mouth. You already mentioned the blood coming out of your mouth. My lungs felt like boilers. Can you even... Aren't you suffocating? How is this man not suffocating? How did he wake up at all? Before I lost consciousness again, I looked at Damien. His face said it all. Don't say it like that. Panic, horror, fear, and disgust. You should be happy, you bastard. If I die, Olivia can be... she's still going to be arrested, but... Get Retsi Kylo. She's just... Seriously, how the fuck would you die and be good, Inko? Then she'd get fucking she'd be in jail for murder or manslaughter. What am I saying? I don't want to die. I want to be with her. Tell her everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be peaceful. Voices were gone. I can't believe Inko fucking died. Everything was colorful. Members of this. What are my heels? So it was the 6th and the 5th, and now it's the 10th. I have to say, this is some dense substance. I am exhausted. An hour, and we're halfway through. Oh my, we need to step up the pace. I need a break. I need a break. Jesus. I like how nothing actually has been happening so far. We've just been twiddling our thumbs, letting things develop, I guess. My god. My actual god. Oh, ooh. My chest hurts a little bit. Man, Trolligark uploaded a new video. That guy's always got good stuff. Wake up to ash and dust. I'm gonna go and put a thing in my mouth so I can chew on that and relax a little, and then we'll go on, and I'm gonna put on a different sound because we need something a little different. There you go. October 10th. It's been a few days. It's been 4 days, like half a week. He's awake. Officer Eric Marquez. He provided more details. I was in fact strictly forbidden from sharing anything other than me until official notice, but he knew it was okay. Somehow that made the way to behavior and letter at once. Then guilt hit me like an ice bucket challenge, sharp and jarring. Thinking me for days, Damien and I barely spoke to each other anymore. I wanted to reach out, talk to him. I mean, Damien kind of was like up close and personal with what you did, so I mean, he might just be generally traumatized or mad at you. My heart was breaking. My husband is in 1,000 pieces and all his bones are broken and he literally is missing half of his skin. But I'm sad. I deserve attention. The Paynes had tried to cheer me up, but they weren't ready to deal with this. Their relationship with Ingo had grown strained over the last few months, and of course, they want him dead. Of course, they didn't want him dead. Ugh, what a bunch of losers. Still accepted his family, decided everything. But they doubted Ingo would feel the same now. I'm a failure. I mean, you know, the fact that you barely sell any art should be, you know. Idak. Who the fuck is Idakan? Hold up. I kinda gotta know. No, that's just a translation error. It's the Idakan, the original. Trimmed Idakan. Yeah. Must be turning in his grave at the pathetic failure of a star pupil. I mean, you're very disappointing, Olivia. I'm sure Idakan will hate me for everything I've done. Last few years, I used to believe he'd be proud of me of being an artist. I was too selfish to consume my own condition. Man, you are extremely cognizant of what should be like the central character arc. Don't stop it. I treated it like, are we solving everything? Chapter 2? You can't acknowledge your character flaws like this. Like, I know that fixing them is a whole separate matter, but you're getting a little fast on the plot there, buddy. Especially since he hasn't talked to anyone. Stop having characters solve their problems by thinking really hard. Jesus Christ, stories are about people interacting. Oh my god. Yeah, horrible thanks to him. You should have left me, you deserve better. I said he stayed. No, I paid for it. I called him useless. And my capriciousness. Olivia would never use the word capriciousness. Now looking back, I realized that he had always supported me in everything. I've done the same to him. I've solved my character flaws by thinking really hard. Who needs to learn? Jesus Christ, this is the worst. Oh. Guts started jumping on me, trying to knock the bottle of wine out of my hand. Guts, you can't be an alcoholic too. I like how we keep being like, Olivia's alcoholic, but she doesn't feel alcoholic? Like, it's just she drinks wine sometimes, I guess. My phone buzzed with a notification. I got lost in my thoughts. What if it was Inko? Officer Eric told me that maybe wanted to talk. Oliver. Oh, yeah! Oliver, the guy who exists solely for this fic. And so far has existed almost exclusively as a plot device. Oliver, you really got fucking shafted. I hope you actually get to do something. Also, how the fuck did Oliver get in this house? Does he know Damien? Oliver wanted to take it further to get his own share of the damage he inflicted. Only Damien is hurt deeper. Wait, so it's been 4 days, and he's like, no, he hit me multiple times and cracked my skull. And you show up at court, and he's like, what injury, man? What injury? I tried to shove the bottle back into my mouth, but Guts and Turbosaurus climbed onto the bottle, blocking me. I can't believe I'm drinking rat. Just sip him up. I growled and on the mood to do his anything. Let me drink. Wait, what's going on here? Who said Olivia? Is Oliver just in the room and we're ignoring him? Is the jump from E2 to E4 supposed to happen in the first few chapters? That's the record beaten. Broken Wings with its 3-chapter speed. Well, at least that's 3 chapters of something. I don't know anything that's going on here. Other than that E2 sucks. Let me drink, damn it! Gears began to fall silently. I couldn't even protect the people I care about, and now I couldn't even control myself around my only real friend. I have a husband, but I also have a rat. Gotta pick the rat. I mean, I'd pick the rat. The rat will die sooner than my husband, but, you know... It's a rat, man. Rats are bros. Dreams would never happened. Yes, we've already talked about the fact that you constantly keep hoping things get better. Why are we just repeating this shit? You don't have to repeat this. Not this soon. The wine can wait, little one. I'm sorry. How the fuck can you afford decent wine anyway? If you're just doing it for the alcohol, get some vodka. Or something strong. Bottle down. So who said this? You've seen what he did to your brother, going to help me justify what he did. Okay, so Oliver's like, hey, Olivia, we need to sue the shit out of Inko. Can you cover up my story? Why? Why are you helping him? Anyway, it's the same day. But we're missing all the formatting. The rain was hammering against my bedroom window. A rhythmic noise throughout everything else. The doctor talked to me for 20 minutes. Man, this doctor just will not shut up. He keeps talking about how I'm missing 2 kidneys, how I don't have a liver anymore, how I have stage 12 diabetes. He keeps saying I'll never live again. Man, what a bore. My body felt forward. I had a stream of drugs in my veins. I could focus was on the rain. Instead of be with a heart monitor confirming I was still alive. The mechanical wheels of the ventilator kept me breathing. Doctor, are you even aware? Are you even sure he's awake at this point? One exposed eye. Fucking curly right here. Get this man some mouthwash. The only window to the boat around me. I like how someone showed you a mirror so that you could see how bad you are doing. The room wasn't too bad. What if you lost an eye? Why are we this extreme with the story? I feel like you could get most of the same beats without killing Inko. From time to time, nurses would come in adjusting things, checking on me. I was a crowd fresh and made me feel like a piece of equipment. I mean, they got shit to do, man. Nurses have it hard. There was a large, blurry glass door making shadows of people with the facial indistinct. I showed the chairs on the other side, and people waiting. Maybe my parents out there? Lack of pain. That's probably because you're full of drugs. You're just coked up, man. I like how you have a tube in your mouth, and you are, like, clearly in no condition to talk to anyone, and your doctor is bothering you? Shouldn't your doctor be like, alright, Iko, we're just gonna see what you're like in a week, and then we'll talk. I don't think you can have a meaningful conversation at this point. Dr. Stagg, I behold, I got a folder. For fuck's sake! Why is he holding out a folder? I noticed, Inko, that you're missing 2 arms, and he holds out the folder. Like, what the fuck is going on? With my good hand, how do you even have one? So you're gonna let this man with 1 eye read on his own? Who, mind you, needs prescription glasses. Jesus Christ, this doctor sucks. Vast emptiness of my mind. Small bouquet from the pains, no note attached. How do you know it was them? If they didn't show up? Good damn, alright. Tall, broad shoulder, wearing a rain jacket that was soaked through the yellow lettering that VP BBD. I'm blue, VBD ba doo die. It's Eric Marquez. I've been put in charge of your case. I can't believe Eric Marquez is a more recurring character than one of the victims, Oliver, who happens to know the main characters. I like how Oliver's a fucking plot device, but the cop doing the investigation gets this, but what the hell? Okay, so what case? Your fall, and something I have to tell you about soon. Minor cuts, laceration, mild to moderate, patients of the body, bruises that do not present serious damage, deep laceration on left thigh, fracture, left arm critical, wrist shattered by repeated impact, 4 fractured finger, possible loss. Woo. Man, you got it bad. I forgot what game it was. It was like you broke all your bones except your right hand fingers. You have to communicate by hand gestures. Damn, that sounds weird. Sounds like a good party game, actually. Nothing except for the sharp stabs of cold pain that barely registered. Inko, your hand's in a cast. Stop moving it. Skull contusion, moderate, still under evaluation. So my face is bandaged up. How the hell can you talk? Don't you have a tube shoved down your neck? I like how this man's on a ventilator, and somehow he's able to vocalize the air going through the tube, which his vocal cords can't affect. You do know that ventilators are not like shoved in a little. They are shoved in far, man. Although I guess you could still make some vocalizations. I can't imagine it like results in any half-decent speech, though. Reminding me of Darth Reaper. Ugh. Oh my god, I'm losing my damn mind over this. This fic is like the epitome of trying to have its cake and eat it too, but there is no cake. 4 broken ribs, possible internal damage, punctured lung, critical... What the hell happened? How dangerous are these stairs? Tear on the left side of face. Possible loss of eye. Ironic coming from a photographer. So let's be clear. A little earlier, Inko was like, I can't talk. Right? Where was it? Where was it? So Inko can't talk. He doesn't talk to his doctor. But a fucking cop shows up and suddenly he's just chatting it up. We're having our cake and eating it too. But there is no cake. Jesus Christ, man. I like how the officer, despite the fact that he sees a man who's utterly broken and torn apart and also might be accused of assault and battery, and he's like, ah, what a great joke. Haha, so great. Rolls down the first flight of stairs, bounces off the next to the right, repeat until the ground floor. Damn. Inside, I felt dead. I'm surprised you have the capacity to stay alive if you have to. You're a lucky man. You lost your pulse twice. You died twice. You bled out. They had to refill your entire circulatory system. What the fuck happened? The little shining. You have over 200... How the hell is this man alive? What bionic limbs is he equipped with? The giggle slipped out. It was a weak, shaky. Said of his after. I like this humor. What humor? What's funny? Jesus fucking Christ. You're out of intensive care in less than a week? This man has 4 broken ribs. One of his arms is gone. He's missing an eye. A week? Yeah, 2 weeks. That's all you need. Holy shit. Is it really that short? Is that just how intensive care works? Like, I guess at that point he doesn't need, like... He doesn't need, like, emergency care. But I imagine he's still in intensive care. I don't know. Let's look it up. Oh, okay. No. Intensive care is not what I think it is. Okay. So I guess if he is doing better, he will be let out. Why the hell is a fucking cop saying this? Why is there was a doctor here 5 minutes ago who should be telling Inko all of this, but for some reason we're letting the cop do it? What the fuck are you doing, author? Why do you ever bring up the doctor and then you have a cop? Like, I'm losing my damn mind. What are you doing? What? Oh, is Eric your little fanfic insert? We try to reach out to family, but it's been impossible. Somehow, even the cops can't get in touch with their family. Jesus fucking Christ. I like how even he is like, listen, why am I telling you this? Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ, your parents just fucked off? They never even met Olivia? How did that work? How did you just leave the house? Painted to can't come because of a corridor. 2 effects of what happens they are permitted to visit. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I can imagine why. Wasn't mentioned some kind of argument a while back. You literally got curlied. At least it's not a nugget. You won't be leaving for a month. Poor nugget. I hate her. Olivia, you took everything from me. What did I told you about the conflict? Look at this Mr. Chatterbox. Mr. Indian, I think this is the right moment. I grabbed his arm, I am trembling. I might be a deep fried chicken nugget, but I got things to say. A violent cough shook my body, cutting me off as I tried to speak, though the face softened. What have they told you? An argument took place in the final days of summer. It's October! Oh, we're talking about something else. Oh! Wait, if last day of summer will be a month ago. It's October. What time is it? We plan to press charge against Olivia Halford. Why would I do something like that? She's the one who caused you to be in this condition, Mr. Nito. Corto attacked a certain Oliver, beat him until he was lying on the ground unconscious, and it was just one hit. So you admit you struck him multiple times. No. By the time I first hit him, Damien was already out open, punching me in the face. You hit Damien in the face. Correct. Seems correct to me. If you want to tell me I hate this device in my situation. Man, I can't believe I can't even breathe on my own. I wish I was just suffocating on my own blood and lungs instead of being saved. Devise my situation. Talking was total hell because it was so difficult to articulate my thoughts to these plastic tubes. Maybe you should wait. Olivia sued you for aggravated. Mr. Oliver sued you for. Why did you have to give him such a similar ass name? Oliver sued you for aggravated assault. Also, I'm pretty sure aggravated assault doesn't apply here. Oh, it is. I thought assault was like threat. God, what am I thinking of then? Oh no, it's Goofy. Yeah, I think assault is threat, battery is hitting, and aggravated assault is battery but worse, but for some reason it's called aggravated assault? I think that's how it works. I don't even know, man. I just know that the words are fucking stupid, because legal people be like that, yo. By the Nine Divines, assault. Assault! Help! Somebody call the guards! Should have hit him harder to make us not being so stupid. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't feel safe around a cop who's like investigating me for attacking a man who's like, haha, yeah, he totally deserves to get hit harder. Jesus Christ. I like the implication that Oliver's apparently just so miserable to deal with that the officer who's supposed to, like, sort of present his case is like, man, I fucking hate that guy. Oliver's such a goddamn tool that even the plot doesn't like him. It does okay that you beat him up, but doesn't matter to me as if he just wants the money. What money? Like, they can't take your parents' money. Man, you're an adult. They can just say that you're not involved in any of this. My pulse acoustic of the boat gave you a black eye, separated by Halford. Thought of Damien as a brother. Damien and I were having a beer, we're chilling out talking, until he started talking about brotherhood, discussed things. Take her parents, took it how much he loved her, proposed to her. She felt sorry for her sister because she was a bit bitter. Shout out the once vibrant Olivia. I took the ventilator out of my mouth. I'm pretty sure you really shouldn't do that, though. Like, wait a minute. Like, we're thinking of intubation, right? Like the proper ventilation device. Or is it something else? Because aren't ventilation systems like they put little tubes in your noses and your mouth? Like, you can't just take that out casually. You also can't put it back casually either. Inco, it's Oliver, and then the guard materializes for Sasa. I thought I made sure to check my corners, but there's always a guard you never expect. I like how we're talking about a separate incident now. Then pay with your blood! Is that how he fell down the stairs? He got hit with a paralysis sword and he just started flipping over? My mouth felt dry. I didn't sense any emotion. I like how the doctor's like, Mom, you're way too early. Jesus Christ, this story is such a mess. It's so bad. Like, I give nothing to something a lot of shit, but at least nothing to something's sense of time and scale isn't that bad. This really's got that telenova sense of, like, it has to happen now. Also, I love how you're gonna have to explain to the doctor that you took out your fucking intubation. How do you explain that? Doctor's gonna put you under for the rest of the days, man. He's not tolerating that. You are a threat to your own life at that point. I'm not kidding. If you take out your IV and your breathing apparatus and you need it to survive and you take it out, your doctor will not tolerate that shit. That is self-harm and they will lock you down for it. Your fatigue is breathing. Man, when that fatigue drain hits, you feel it the whole week. My green. I can't move without my green. I woke up sweating. I was on the couch in my house. Which house? Olivia, I needed to talk to the Kuwait. Nothing. She moved out of your house. Oh my god. I can't believe there's a weird shadow monster in my bedroom. Get out. You're not paying rent. You are not living rent-free in my house. Fit of rage to slam the door, which crumbled on emerge, revealing the hallway of the building beyond. Our house. In the middle of our house. Our house. In the middle of our house. Our house. In the middle of our house. Our house. And it just keeps going. House of Leaves got nothing on that. I barreled down the stairs. Spots found. Okay, we're doing another dream sequence. This is the second dream sequence we've had in like 2 days. 2 chapters. Ugh. What? Like, okay, so this is like a separate memory. She bared her teeth and bit my arm? Holy shit. What is wrong with Olivia? I knew you wouldn't. I trust you. And now you lost your arm anyway. Jesus Christ, your relationship is way more dysfunctional than E2 makes it out to be. E2 makes it feel more like you're 2 adults who are not... Or we hit Damien for that. Anyway. Another memory. Jesus fucking Christ. Why can't you just start the story with these memories? Make a little anthology, and then... It was perfect. He had bonitis. Memory of him, what do you remember? No, I do not remember. You know, I often get told that my writing is incomprehensible at times, but my god, this is worse than that. I've gotten better, at least. Wearing a pink dress. Provocative seemed too mild a word. Wait, she's thinking of Mia, buddy? Or that happened before the final strike. Eiko, you can't just have me suddenly sympathize for someone like that. Sheila, you're free. First about it gets mine. Forget about us digging our mouse together. Don't know how she was standing, but she was dancing with me. Wait, we're just Inko's dreaming of ending 4. Man is dreaming of an ending twice as ending as what he's got. Let you do it, Olivia. She never pushed you. It was an accident. Jesus Christ. Why can't we just have this argument between the characters? Why does this all have to be in this man's head? Like, the point of a dream sequence is to have a character confront themselves. It is not supposed to be a character confronting problems they have with other people. Like, a dream sequence is supposed to be a person's own insecurities. It's never supposed to be the problems they have with other people, because you solve that by having them talk to them. You can't just have someone sit in their own stew when it's someone else's stew. I want to wake up already. And it's the stairs, which, remind you, happened in this chapter. I like how you're saying this to a dream. I love how we're having this character moment in dream space. Great. Fantastic. Oh, man. I think it was that bad. Luckily, nothing catastrophic happened. He's just in a terrible dream. Acute stress disorder, isn't it just PTSD? I like how this man is getting someone providing him with cool director's commentary while he's stuck in dream. Acute stress disorder is caused by a traumatic moment. Better. You hear him say a lot of things these days. He's a lucky boy. He's an adult. Come on. Lucky doesn't know much. Just bones are shattered in 3 ribs. They almost pierced his back. What the hell happened? Bruised the edge of death more than once. I mean, he lost literally all of his blood. Hate that kind of clock. Comically large glasses. But of course, it's Officer Marquez. I love how we have so much screen time with fucking Officer Marquez, but Oliver, again, fucking Oliver, a friend of Olivia. Part of the problem is just, like, nowhere to be seen. Welcome back to the land of the living. We might have given you some opium, some heroin, and some cocaine, and some LSD just to see what happens, or we might have mixed some shrooms in there for shits. Don't try to talk with the CPAP on. Holy shit, he's in CPAP now? Are you fucking kidding me? Inko, if you take that CPAP out, I'm smacking your face. Oh, man. This man has no respect for his own physical health. Bombard me with questions. Mathematical taps. They need to make sure that Inko is actually... I like... Oh. So... let me get this straight. A policeman has asked Inko for his testimony, and only afterwards do they ask him if he actually is cognizant. Can you imagine? You wake up from a coma, and a guy is like, hey, did you murder this guy? And you're like, I don't think I did. And he's like, okay, cool. Can you count 2? I'm like, bitch! Shouldn't you make sure that I'm actually sane before you ask those questions? 4 days of drifting in and out. What the fuck is going on? I had lost my eye. You've gotten used to keeping my eye closed? Haven't you been asleep for the last week or two? What do you mean? Like your doctor is describing your... My fucking god. In better shape, I testify via video conference. What, they're not going to roll him in? Just bring the whole ICU room with them. It'll be fine. He was anything about the pants. He started laughing to me what things I said my delirium. Ha ha! You fucking died twice! But you're so fucking stupid! You said the stupidest things while you were fucking dying! Ha ha ha! Holy shit, how is this man a cop? You can't just say shit like this to A victim and B a suspect. Been hours, started to feel more awake. What the fuck is going on? What a mess. Whew. Wasn't a dream. Why was she allowed in the room? Oh my god. Wasn't there like a whole plot point which she can't come in? Who gave her permission? I'm honestly sick and fucking tired of this fucking garbage. Oh. Inko should have lost an eye and an arm, then he escapes from the ship place. You know, at least the senator understands that Inko has a job prospect and they're just taking it from him. I'm just reading his new family makes PMC with diamond gators. Goddamn. Apparently, we're getting imaginary wedding Inko. And Damien is gonna. I gotta admit, I'm. Just what the fuck, man? What a mess. What an absolute unadulterated mess. I'm gonna be honest. Do I want to continue? I feel like I kind of have to. I feel like I don't really have a choice. Why does it keep doing that? But this is terrible. This isn't fixing anything. I'm having issues. The next one is that problem I like to talk about a lot, where it's significant. This is terrible. Don't know why it's being so difficult. Why is it like that? Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep going like, ugh? Okay, so apparently they got rid of a really useful function to have, which is the capacity to just say no. Normally, when you do Control F, it gives you a little like, oh, I want to do, I want to do, and now it's like, no, you have to do one at a time. Great, great, fucking right. This is great. Okay, well I can still fix it. It's just a little more annoying than it used to be. Why does Officer Eric keep showing up? I hate this guy. I legitimately hate Officer Eric. Sword. Punished Inko, the fallen legend. I have to say, this story is like just angry. It's just maddening. Like, Officer Eric feels like such a self-insert. He's like seconds away from kissing everyone. Comments are also very indicative of, like, oh, Officer Eric is talking to his son outside. Why the fuck do you know his son? This man is taking care of your legal case. Why are you meeting his son at all? No, I love bringing up my son to people who are getting convicted of assault and potential manslaughter. It's just cool for the kids, I guess. It's silent, and residents are evil. It seems evil is with it. Get out of here. This is such a fucking train wreck. What a goddamn mess. Well, thank y'all for coming either way. I don't even know, man. Next week's Friday, more of whatever the fuck this is. Jesus, what is this? Whew. Man, I am